All right. Let's get the first topic on the way. Is MLK a great man in the midst of his infidelities? Now, we are kind of on this podcast. We kind of are like a week late talking about this subject. And what brought this subject to light is you could call
influencer,
celeb, so somewhat to a degree. You can call it that. And she was on a podcast that she started, I guess, with a lady that she know. And the topic of, being great men and things of that nature came up. I'm not gonna play the clip, because I know a lot of people have a lot of copyrights and things like that. So I'm gonna stay back from it. But I'm pretty sure everybody has heard it because we're talking about this literally like a week, maybe a week and a half late.
Yeah.
So from the gist, not verbatim, not word for word, she was saying that Martin Luther King is, he's an okay man. He's an okay human, but he's not a great man. He's not a great leader due to his infidelity that was brought to light.
Yeah.
Roti, you heard the clip, man. I want you to cook on that and tell me what you think about that.
This because I know she made a follow-up video kind of clarifying what she was saying. I don't want to say walking back it because she stood on what she said, but she wanted to give a little more clarification. Yeah. Pretty much saying the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
The first thing that I thought about when I heard that convo and all that was David. You know what I mean? And like he was I'm not gonna say everybody, but like people that know the story of David,
right,
know he was, God himself called him a man after his own heart. And David did some despicable
things,
foul, just crazy things. You know what I'm saying? He killed, he got a man killed. You know what I'm saying? Trying because he was trying, he was investing with his wife. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like David was doing some dirt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But does that take away from all the great things David did? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is MLK, in my opinion, is MLK, I think a better question would be, is MLK a perfect man in the midst of his in the midst of his infidelity? And I'm broadening that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's perfect. Everybody, right. Everybody makes mistakes and does things wrong, or nobody perfect 24/7. We all have a vice or something that we struggle with. You know what I'm saying? Right. But like that, does that take away from his "I Have a Dream" speech? What him leading the march on Washington and all the other things, the boycott? Does that take away because he was he wasn't, what's the word I'm looking for? He wasn't faithful.
Right.
No, I don't. I don't think that takes away from his legacy. Like, and it ain't because he's he's a man. I could just go down, history. It's been women do. There's been great women that did probably dirt too. You know what I'm saying? They probably had their things that nobody know in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Because like maybe. Because now it's a different day, it's like everybody got opinions, cameras everywhere, and all that. But like human nature is human nature. You know what I'm saying? And nobody gonna be perfect. But like, in my opinion, that him stepping out on his wife, because it's all of them stories kind of coming out, been coming out as I got older. I started hearing like rumors that he would step out on his wife and all that. But like that don't change the way he look in my eyes. He still was a very influential figure in the short 40 years that he lived. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think nothing can take that away from him. But what you think about that, brother?
Well, like you said, man, we in 2022, we in this new era where everybody got a voice.
Yeah.
And with the right momentum, it can be heard loud.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, whether it's like a edgy, racy type of comment or commentary, it can be heard loud and it can reach pretty far. But like you said, nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
And this is what I want women to understand. And I know B Simone is coming from a place of hurt. I know she's coming from a place of, oh, I was liking a dude and he stepped out on me, or he, messed with the partner or something like that. She's coming from that place. So from woman to woman, she's coming from that when she was saying what she's saying. She wasn't saying like, okay, you know how they tell us you have to detach your emotions from the media.
Yeah.
And to sit back in order to analyze everything and to make a clean, sound decision on where your understanding gonna lie, you have to detach the emotion.
Yeah.
From analyzing.
Yeah.
She didn't do that. What she was saying was pure emotion. Yeah. What she was saying was coming from the mouth of a woman that was hurt. So every woman who speaks emotionally like that gonna say, yeah, he wasn't no great man because he was cheating on his queen.
Yeah.
But this is what I want women to understand, is that nobody's perfect, like you said, which means out of all the foul stuff or bad things that a person can do in this world, you got to remember, the man you decide to be with is not going to be perfect. This is the issue, though. That man who is not perfect, would you want to find out that he did a little lying and did a little sleeping around with other of age women? Or do you want to find out he was running a childhood pornography ring? Do you want to find out he slept around with a woman or two and lied to you? Because, lying comes with cheating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, or do you want to find out that he's a junkie who smoked all your money away and y'all lost your savings and everything? What do you prefer? He's not perfect.
Yeah.
But because he's not perfect, it doesn't make him great. Or you can say, okay, if you want to get technical, you can say, well, he's good, because you can say God is good. People say that all the time. You know what I mean? But but we have, he's an awesome God and all that stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to just say, now the only person who is great on that, the only entity that is great is God or whatever. Okay, I give you that. And you be like, no, he's just a good person. Okay, I understand that, because you're separating between, the giver of life and the person who got the gift of life. I understand that. But if you're just talking about on the realm of where we had human to human, civilian to civilian, man to man, that man's still great, even though he had infidelity.
And can I ask you a question before you get rolling?
Yeah.
His, correct me if I'm wrong, his wife stayed with him until the day he died, right? When they dead to his part.
Yeah.
I mean, Coretta Scott King, right? That was her,
She still was with MLK until his dying day.
So I mean, I'm kind of silly on thunder because we kind of talked about it pre getting on the air, but like, I think you brought up a very valid point. The only one that can really speak to like that infidelity is Coretta Scott King.
Yeah,
and she stayed with him, so I'm pretty sure she must have knew or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they worked that out behind the scenes.
And even, you have to understand, and even if she stayed, or even though she stayed, first of all, you have to understand, this man, this is a high profile person. You have to think about this. He was considered how evangelicals and Christians would always be like the Holy Trinity, you know, Father God, Son of God, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
He was the American Holy Trinity.
Yeah, he was.
He was part of that. It was MLK, JFK, and Abraham Lincoln or something like that.
No,
something. MLK, JFK, and but he was considered like part of the American Trinity.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
And this a black man.
Yeah,
you know, this a man who has his name pretty much damn near in every city.
Yeah, he was
almost a street with his name on it.
Yeah.
Another thing is not only him, because let's be honest, it was a lot of other, you know, social justice warriors, freedom fighters, and everything like that who was committing infidelity on their wives too. But no name was bigger than MLK.
Yes.
So, but even though they was doing that, these people still fought, and they was murdered for fighting to even give you in 2022 the freedom to even talk reckless like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so that alone speaks to the greatness of him and other men who could be brought in front of the fire to be crucified about infidelity. And you saying that they great, but these people fought for you to even sit there and talk reckless like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to understand, without those people and the many people who died and struggled like that, you couldn't say nothing reckless like that.
Yeah.
In open.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for these people.
That's true. That's true.
So
yeah,
and I get it. In the heat of the moment, she doing her podcast and she trying to get, you know, whatever. She came from an emotional spot, emotional space as a woman who most likely didn't been cheated on, you know. But like I would tell every woman, if that man has don't let a man's downfall, whether it's one downfall, two downfall that this man may have, or a struggle that he may have, or just something that he wasn't able to acquire in life because he just couldn't obtain it. Like everybody can't obtain, you know, the wants that everybody want out of life.
Yeah.
Don't let that be a reason you go run your mouth off to that man and tell him that he's not great.
Yeah. Yeah. And like if I could flip it, you know, let's just say, you know, you name a woman that's done great things. What's her name? You know, it's been a lot of great women in the.
You can say Madam C.J. Walker.
Yeah.
If she was to mess up 10 women's head or something like that, would that say she's not great because those 10 women heads got messed up in possibly trial and error, but all the women head who's been great since her, so is she not great no more?
Yeah.
Like
let's go modern day. Let's just say Oprah and what's the name? Oprah and Stedman. Let's just say Oprah been running around on Stedman this whole time and he chose to stay. Does that take away from everything Oprah done, you know, contributed to this society in the last 30 years? Nah, exactly. I can't say that. Can't say
take away from it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I think of Oprah, I'm gonna think of You Get a Call, I'm gonna think of a show, all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like way before of maybe how she did Stedman dirty or whatever. You know what I mean? You know, but like just like you said, you know, trying to take away a man's accomplishments, or you know, a person's accomplishments to say that, you know, I'm not with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't get with it, you know.
And like we were saying before we hit the start button on the show, we know Miss, you know, Coretta Scott stayed, and we kind of know the gist on that because you know it's a public situation, public eye. We got to show unity. Actually, his infidelity was airtight until the feds let it out. His infidelity was airtight until the FBI or something started you know trailing them and you know surveillancing them and leaked it to his wife or whatever like that. So that's how she didn't find out from him being sloppy with it. She found out due to people trying to destroy his name and credibility for what was going on. And you have to understand a big blow to that is just like of today. You got to understand he was going by what? Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yeah, he was.
So you got to understand, in America, there is no bigger name that was synonymous with being a social justice warrior, fighting for civil rights while being a Christian than MLK.
Yeah.
So the weight of it is hard. The weight of it is hard because the titles that he was bearing, the titles that he was carrying.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be easy for when you carrying big titles and you the man, not just of one block, you the man of many blocks.
Yeah.
You the man in many places.
Yeah.
And it's going to be easy for the world to crucify you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For one mistake. Oh. He couldn't, he probably, even if it wasn't for infidelity, it could have been a tape where he probably got into a heated argument with his wife and he slipped up and said a couple curse words.
Yeah.
They would have crucified him the same way.
Any mistake. Any little mistake they looking, man.
Exactly. Any little mistake they looking, any little mistake they watching. And what's good? What's good to my partner TJ, man? What's going on, brother?
Man, shout out to TJ, man. Appreciate you.
So with that, man, and that my boy here DJ, man, we go way back, man. He got a lot of things, man. The boy multi-talented, multifaceted.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, man, good people. And but yeah, when you a man and you wearing so many hats and being successful. Now you got to understand, this man is not only successful in one area. This man is successful in many areas.
Yeah.
So you have to think about it. 90% of the time, people are already plotting on your downfall anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, so for that woman, his wife, she knew what came with that, man.
Yeah.
She knew. She knew the pressure that her husband was dealing with. She knew just dealing with death threats and man, she knew that man had to get tightened up and she couldn't be there with them kids.
Yeah.
She knew. Like, even if she didn't understand it from the gist, because you have to think about it. Them people was together for X amount of years before this whole, journey into, civil rights and thing, because when he was just trying to be a pastor.
Yeah, it was.
It just took a turn to where he was called into being more social, more global than just the church.
Yeah, it was.
And at the end of the day, man, a lot came with it.
Yeah.
And it was a lot that not only that his wife had to get up to speed with, it was a lot that he had to get up to speed with. You know what I'm saying? He had to get up to speed with these politics and a lot, he was this, while the average black person at that time was looking at surface racism, this man was in the threads of racism.
Yeah,
he had a deeper vision, a visual of, man, how messed up this thing it really is.
Straight up on the front lines, man.
On the front lines. So I mean, his wife, like, from what I know, like, she stood tall, she held it down, she never discredit that man legacy. She never peeped up any morsel of what happened. She never talked about it, never anything. Like when the scripture says a woman is to have a meek and quiet spirit, through all that, she was meek and quiet through the whole thing.
Yes, she was.
And I think that was her true testament of a wife. And now we have this out of culture, this out of this rebellious nature that we live in today, to where if a man is out there achieving great things and he do happen to stumble, with, because to me, I don't even call it a stumble no more, because it's like, if we know we're not perfect, if I know I'm not perfect, and you tell me I'm going to stumble somewhere, you know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, you know what lane I'm finna go down. And that's gonna be, hitting a little something on the side. To get the stress off my chest. It's not gonna be running to the dope. It's not gonna be getting cooked on drugs. It's not gonna be going into a life of crime and robbing from the. It's not finna be that. It's gonna be, hey man, I got tightened up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women say they won't stay, but when you're a man of MLK caliber, and you got to understand, not only he's of that caliber, he put you in that light, and he provided a life for you that you probably was gonna never ever get nowhere else.
And like you said, it's MLK, but like, just to add on to what you're saying, like, I think men, women, men and women, we all have a vice. We gonna have something that we, for lack of a better term, struggle with. Because I know I said that earlier. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, like you say, you're gonna get tightened up. I mean, like I say, I wouldn't even lie back then, but like, I can imagine that. Yeah, she probably didn't know that he was, moving how he was moving, to say, but like, I think she's seen some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, man? Like some kind of indicators or something. You know what I mean? Even before they got married. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he just, because like, if you want to say he was living a double life, okay, but like, it's all, you can't perfectly hide something. Something you gonna do all gonna get you caught up, or they gonna, they gonna find, you gonna get, what's what we're looking for, man? Like, you gonna leave a clue or something, like cats leave numbers in their pockets or something. Something you can't like deceive somebody perfectly forever. Like, you gonna get caught up. So I mean, I find it hard to believe that Coretta didn't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? But like, we'll never know that though.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what? And this is just me assuming, but when you look at the magnitude of that situation, like I said, I'm gonna stick to the side to where I say he's a great man. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But when you look at the magnitude of that situation, Million Man marches, walk on Selma, Birmingham, all that stuff like that he was a part of. His life was surrounded by death so much. That wife and that kids. The sad part about it is I don't even think she even really got to spend that much time with him once he really got to start rolling.
Probably right.
And rolling in the fight. He could not pack wife and kids in and out of danger like that. It's just like if you listen to Dick Gregory, who was down there with him too. He was saying, like, he'll be gone, 10, 11 months, and then he'll come back home with the family. And then before you know it, little Jimmy done growed up, like, because you ain't been there. Because you've been fighting the fight. You've been providing the life. You've been trying to get these rights and stuff like that. And that caused sacrifice. And I'm gonna end with this. And this is just my scriptural take on it. And if you don't like scriptures, you don't like scriptures. That's your own personal opinion. But Apostle Paul said something in the scriptures. Now I can't say what it is verbatim, but I can, if I give me time, I can pull it up. But
what scripture? You remember?
I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Okay.
But I know the gist of what he was saying.
Okay.
He was telling people, because Apostle Paul was a single man. His life before his encounter with Jesus Christ was devoted to upholding the law that they was lived under from the days of Moses and crucifying people who didn't live by that law. So when Christ came into play and things wasn't so tailor cut by the law, Paul was crucifying people who was living like Christ. He was beating on people, hurting people that was living like Christ, because Christ fulfilled, which means he took this law to a different level.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. He took it to a different place to where it wasn't, you wasn't living in this schoolmaster structure no more. You was living under grace and mercy, but you was living under grace and mercy under these commandments of Christ, that if you upheld these commandments, you would do everything the law was telling you to do, but you will uphold the commandments. It's a way to describe, but let me get to what Paul was saying. Paul was saying he wished that everyone would be like him. What was that? Be a single man. Why? Or a single woman. Why? Because all they would have to do is devote their life to the will of God. And that's what you devote your life to. But he understands everybody ain't gonna be able to go through life without seeking companionship. If it's companionship is something you don't seek, he was telling people simply devote your life to Christ. Save yourself from this untoward generation and make sure you in line to go catch their first resurrection. But if you have to go find companionship somewhere, remember there's cares of the world that come with that. So in MLK, he could have been a pastor that was never married and devoted his life to Christ. And this was all about God's business. And he could have devoted his life to civil rights and been all about God's business and civil rights. But he was a man who desired companionship. So what came from companionship? Marriage and kids. So now, not only you have God's agenda, you have the civil rights agenda, you still have the cares of your family that you have to something gonna give. And most likely it's gonna be your family. Most likely it's gonna be your family. It's gonna be your family. And what a lot of people don't understand about the scriptures, I want to say in the book of Corinthians, it tells the males, the preachers, be for those who have a wife, be as though you don't have a wife. Not mean stay out there, act like you single and be out there fornicating with everything moving. But what that means is God's agenda is first. You understand? So at the end of the day, the true testament of he who finds a wife finds a good thing is a woman who understands your purpose, because she knows she will come second to that. Especially if your purpose, you have to understand, everybody, especially whether you believe in God or not, everybody's purpose is really to do what they be doing and edify God. So your wife and your family will always come second after your purpose. Your purpose will allow you to take care of your family. It will allow you to provide for your family. You know what I'm saying? It will allow you to be healthy for your family. But with that, man, I totally disagree. But I do agree with her on the fact that from a woman who's in a good media space, who has a lot of young women who come to her and look at her like a big sister and been through, because you got to remember, B. Simone got her big claim to fame by being the girl that was crying when her boyfriend did her wrong.
Oh, okay. No, I ain't never seen it. Well, like on on social media.
On Instagram, her big claim to fame was she was trying to get her life right. She started going back to church. She met a dude. The dude ended up being a demon, and he was a big distraction in her life. And obviously, she must have gave him, some premature sex and everything like that. And he got what he took from her, still did her dirty. And she was crying on the internet. And that from that video, it just the B Simone effect.
Because I remember seeing her on the show with Nick Cannon.
Yeah,
like that's the first time I remember seeing it. So that video happened before that.
Oh, that video, that was like the introduction to B Simone, and then it just spun. And which I'm happy for the sister. The sister take care of herself. She got her money going, and I'm happy for the sister. But
I do. Yeah, I want to say one thing, though, man. Like, and I think I can speak for you when I say this, man. In no way, shape, or form are we saying it's okay to be, it's okay to cheat on your spouse. We're not saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because either way, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was a girl, a woman cheating on a man, like it's all the same. Because it's like you said, it all stems from deception. You know what I mean? So it's like you living a lie, you doing dirt. But like, if it happens, man, and that's really between them two. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not gonna, I think your relationship with your significant other, that's between y'all. You know what I'm saying? So like, whatever goes on in your house, that's between you and your wife. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing to do with what you're doing on the outside. You know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, like, I believe most people know the person that they dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Especially after you've been around them a certain time, certain amount of time. You usually know what this person struggles with. Men and women, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if she knew that he kind of struggled with that, okay, well, like you said, I'm gonna make a choice. I can, okay, well, I'd rather deal with this than deal with the man that's running, the trap house or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So like,
but see, this is the thing. I don't think it's a struggle. It's just simple, bro. It's only nothing but men and women on this earth.
That's it.
And we know the woman is built for the man, and the man is built for the woman. So guess what? Most of the people are going to do. Most people are going to end up dealing with another person throughout their tenure of their relationship. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Not saying that most men. Yeah. Most men, because why? Women do it emotionally. Women talk greasy now, but most women, when they go hook up with a man, it's a heavy emotional connection that was built first.
True.
That's why men ain't tripping about the fact that that the action happened.
Yeah.
Man tripping about the fact because we know that you really was in love with this man, or you really was starting to love this man. We know you really got feelings for that man too.
Yeah.
But with us, it's just like I tell a woman, I can get up every day and I can hit 2 or 3 broads a day, and there'll be no emotional connection there. It was just, I'm just feeling, I want to feel something new. I want to hear a different moan. I want to pull a different hair. I want to just, that's it.
Yeah.
It's it. It's just action for us. But for them, a woman don't get up and just say, man, I want to hit that nigga today. I want to hit that nigga today. No, that's a man's movement.
They're not built like that.
They don't build like that. So when a woman gets to moving around, she it's something there that she really attracted to. It's something there that she really feeling, and she already done built some type of feelings for that situation.
Yeah.
So that's what is the killer part to men.
Yeah.
The killer part to men is not that it happened. Now it's with us. It's like a woman could be like, all right, you better leave them, bro. You better leave them, broads alone or whatever like that. And the man will cut it off. The man be like, man, it was trash anyway. You know what I'm saying? And we can cut her off. But when a woman do it, was an emotional attachment there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You spread your legs to another man because you looked at him as my replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Most women think like that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So, but when it comes back to this MLK thing, with just the height of what was going on in his wife, and this man's life was always in danger. It was always death threats. You're dealing with Ku Klux Klan. You're doing all that. You cannot bring your wife and kids around that, bro.
Yeah.
You cannot raise a family successfully around that.
That's true.
Yeah, you can send them on back down to Georgia and put them in a nice house, and they live with your family. And I got my buddies that I grew up with. Now I owned them, and they protected my family, man. But I'm out fighting for the freedom of our people, bro.
Yeah.
I cannot successfully raise no family.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like that. So his wife, I honestly believe that man's wife knew, like, just don't make no more babies.
Yeah. Don't have me out here looking stupid.
I know you're gonna get tightened up. Yeah. Just don't get no more women pregnant.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Come on, man. That's what I think it is.
Straight up.
She know.
Yeah. Exactly. You gotta know.
You know.
Come on,
that man. She know what kind of life this man was walking.
Yeah.
And it was hard for her, to probably accept it. But a powerful man who has power, who has pull, who is connected, that's a man on the move. That's a man that's moving and shaking.
No doubt.
That's a man who's not going to have a stable home life. That's a man who's not going to be home at 5 o'clock every day.
Yep.
It's not going to happen.
Yep.
And when you got that woman at home, yes, if anything happened to me, you the woman who's going to get everything. But I am get tightened up out in these streets.
Yep. It comes with a trade-off, man.
It comes with a trade.
Yep.
So with that, man, that's all I want to go, man. I can really like cook like on some.
Yeah, man, we do a whole episode on that one.
Yeah, I could really cook on this, but at the end of the day, man, that man, he's still a great man, She was talking from an emotional place, and I get where she was talking from, but y'all ain't for the come around here trying to drag Uncle ML name down.
Yeah, man, can't do it, man. Hey, man, look, if some dirt come out about Kamala, you know what I'm saying, like 30, 40, 50 years down the line, she's still gonna be the first woman vice president. That's just what it is, man.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't running nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, she was stepping out on dude who she with now. Hey, she's still gonna be that first VP. That's just what it is. That first woman VP, man.
Yeah, that ain't gonna change.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So with that, man, that was it on that topic, man. But man, RIP to Uncle ML, man.
No doubt.
Yeah, let's move this thing right along, Roti. We're gonna get a little stroll down.
Stroll, man.
We're gonna stroll